Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Minor League Esports. It is conference finals weekend, Saturday night. Hunted and ZB here with you. We've got Foundation and Academy League action. And ZB, how excited are you for this?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I have cranked it up to 11. There is nothing that I love more than the MLE playoffs, and we have a fat stack of games this weekend, and nothing to start us off better than the Foundation League. Love action in the Foundation League, and we do have the Tyrants and the Pandas, a little 1-2 matchup here in the Orange Conference. I know a game that's highly anticipated. Cannot wait to see what happens out there on the pitch.
You said it, two teams coming in expecting to win not only the series, but really the championship. If you are either of the two teams, they've had great seasons coming in, but unfortunately, one of them has to go home here tonight. Give me kind of a breakdown of what you think is going to happen in the series.
I think it's going to go back and forth. I think both teams are going to be really competitive throughout this season. Now that we're in the conference finals, this does push into a best of 7. So we could potentially see a longer series than these players are used to. It's going to come down to which team can be the most consistent throughout the series. But both of these teams have had success. The Tyrants winning 31 games and the Pandas winning 29. So they have had success. They just have to find a way to come out on top in this one. I'm excited. Can't really make a prediction because both of these teams are so good. I'm just excited to see what happens out there.
And this is the first series of 4 that we have for you this evening. The teams are in the server. They are ready to go. Let's take just a brief moment to introduce the teams. Of course, it will be the Pandas in orange. That's going to be Cardinal and Lakodiak for the Pandas.
Will be in green.
What did I say? Did I say orange?
Yes.
I don't know why I said orange. That meant green. Of course, the Pandas in green. Don't know why they would be in orange. And then in red would be the Tyrants with Chance by Viper and Gamer Strike, the two coming into this series today. And, you know, again, these two teams have expectations to win the Foundation League, and they've got to take this series against one of the best teams in the league tonight.
Yeah, whichever teams comes out on top is certainly going to be deserving of their spot in the Foundation League finals. But kind of as we alluded to, it can only be one. Both teams have been able to get here in a long road. Our 10-week season and then winning their first quarterfinal matchup. Now we're here in the conference finals, one series away from the big one, the granddaddy of them all, the MLE finals. The Pandas are on the pitch. The Tyrants are on the pitch. We are seconds away from kickoff. And, Hunted, this is going to be a great one.
Yeah, I am very, very, very much looking forward to this. Pandas and Tyrants game number 1. Of course, this is a best of 7 to determine who will go to the championship finals.
I have made plans to be here all night. I hope we see a lot of Game 7s.
We are underway now with the first best of 7. We'll see if this does turn out to be a 7-game series. Would not be surprised, as Gamer Strike is just going to have an opportunity out in front. Chance by Viper sends it wide. Bit of hesitation early on from the Pandas. The Tyrants are looking to capitalize. Cardinal, solid defensive touch to keep that one in the red zone. This one's going to bounce way up high and will be cleared and moved along by the red team. In the Tyrants, of course, in green, not orange, are the Pandas. Nothing, just about a minute gone by in game number 1. A bit of a slow start for both teams.
Yeah, not a whole lot of action. I think both teams just trying to figure out what the other team wants to do and see what they can create on offense. The speed of this ball, not particularly fast, but here's an offensive chance for the Tyrants as Game Strike puts that one on, but Cardinal clears it away. This ball going back and forth, a team looking to create that scoring opportunity. Here might be one for Game Strike. Is that one on? It's very close. Can he follow? He can, and the Tyrants are the first team on the board.
And this is just a good transitional play. Game Strike realizes he has time and space, doesn't rush the shot, touches it behind the defender. It is 1-0 for the Tyrants here early on in game number 1.
Yeah, that Pandas defender was in a really good spot, just couldn't dodge fast enough to deflect that ball. But really good job there by Game Strike to, as you said, put the ball behind the defender. That's one of the toughest places to make that save when that ball is behind you. So the Tyrants taking the early lead, but long series. Pandas are going to look to tie this one up.
Pops out in front. Chance by Viper has a wide open goal to score. And it is now 2-0 for the Tyrants as we are not even 2 minutes old.
Yeah, good job by the Tyrants here to get that ball centered. And then for Chance by Viper to capitalize, found the near post there, snuck that one home. Looking good. The Tyrants are early, able to take a comfortable 2-0 lead, but I doubt they slow down.
Already some quality mechanical skill being demonstrated by the Tyrants, but Cardinal will get a goal off the bump play out in front from Lakodiak, and it's 2-1.
You know me, you know that I love the physical plays. And there's Lakodiak, I think, bumping both Tyrants defenders. And if you can do that, that makes it easy. Cardinal finishing the play by putting that ball home, but you have to give credit to Lakodiak for doing everything he could to make that one easy for his teammates. And Pandas, almost a really good shot there by the Tyrants. And there's another one, even better save by Lakodiak. So the Pandas might be getting things going here. A good goal on one end of the field, and then a really good save there by Lakodiak again.
This is a pop out in front, looking for the pass. Will be cleared away by Game Strike. He's going to chase this into the orange. Why do I keep saying orange? Green corner. Lakodiak's going to play it away. One comes off the sidewall. Now Cardinal to collect. He'll play this down the pitch. 2:30 gone. Game number 1. It is still in favor of the Tyrants. They only have a slim 1-goal lead. They've got to hold on to that as this ball is played into the green zone. Lakodiak tries to play it out towards mid. Chance by Viper clears it back, and he's looking for a shot. Not going to find anything. Game Strike pops it up, but no follow-up. And this could be the counterattack that the Pandas are looking for. Lakodiak towards the net, but Game Strike gets there in time to make the play.
The Pandas had kind of been sitting on their heels a little bit there, just letting the ball come to them, trying to clear it away, but never getting the touches that they need until they finally had that opportunity on that fast break. Lakodiak's going to need a good clear here, and he does. They finally got one, and here's another fast break opportunity. So that seems to be the Pandas' MO at this point, kind of sit back until they have an opportunity to strike. Tyrants in control most of the time, but now here's the Pandas pushing forward, maybe with a scoring opportunity of their own.
Will be cleared all the way back down by Game Strike. Lakodiak takes the touch off the back wall. Still, we continue to play in the green zone. Down out in front, good clear. Now Lakodiak, he's got a one-on-one opportunity, turns it towards the net, but Game Strike will make the play. Cardinal can't get the follow-up touch, and now he's going to be in trouble. Chance by Viper trying to make a play happen, but Lakodiak comes in support of his teammate. 60 seconds left. Game number 1, Cardinal out of the corner. Gets it by Game Strike. This could be an opportunity the Pandas are looking for. There's no follow-up quite yet. This comes out of the corner now. Game Strike in good position to play it back in. 45, game number 1. A 1-0 lead. I'm sorry, 1-goal lead for the Tyrants. Still on the board. Here's Cardinal. Can he turn this around in time? He's looking to control. Has chance by Viper to beat, but he can't get around him. That's going to clear all the way back down, but a good keep-in from Lakodiak.
Yeah, Pandas are doing a really good job here just maintaining possession of the ball, but they can't quite find the scoring opportunity. The touches, if they can go to a teammate, I think they might find success. Going for a lot of solo plays right now, Lakodiak and the rest of the Pandas are going to have one final opportunity in the last 10 seconds.
Cardinal tries to get up to touch that one away. It's going to be Lakodiak to play it back down, but Game Strike's there to keep them hemmed in the zone. That's going to do it for game number 1. The Tyrants hang on to their early lead, and they take game 1. Final score 2-1. A well-played game on both sides.
It certainly was well played. I think that was a lot what the fans at home were expecting in this series. 2 of the top teams in Foundation League, and it was neck and neck. It was really tight, really sweaty at all times. Only 3 goals in the 5 minutes of play. I would expect things to open up a little bit. I think the players are going to be a little bit more comfortable after game 1, are going to, maybe go for some more nutty plays. But as you said, good play all around. We didn't see a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, we didn't see a lot of risk taking uh, by either team.
I think the final score of the game kind of goes to show just how close this series actually is. Typically, you see game ones almost kind of go to one team or the other. You don't really see a lot of close game ones typically, especially in the MLE. I've noticed
Sure.
that normally there's a blowout in game one and then things kind of even out. But this was close from minute one, from the first kickoff. This was close. So I'm interested. Certainly, you cannot count either team out. You can't give anybody the advantage going into game two as close as it's been.
No, the Tyrants were on top of the score line, but these teams very equal. Look, Lakodiak and Cardinal for the Pandas were doing a lot of good things, just couldn't finish their scoring opportunities. Cardinals gonna have an early one here. Flicks early. Game Strike saw that all the way, and he just clears it away into the Pandas zone. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pandas come out here early on the attack.
Well, 15 seconds in, and the Pandas look to start that attack. Chance by Viper goes over top the first attacker, but Lakodiak keeps it in. Cardinal waiting for the touch from Game Strike, and now he looks to control, but Game Strike gets the ball back. This could be an opportunity for the Tyrants. It'll fall down out in front. Lakodiak can't get there in time, and that's a first goal on the board for the Tyrants.
Really good job by Game Strike to just put that ball up for himself. The Pandas defender in a tough spot. He was going to have to read that ball off the backboard and clear that one away. That's a tough play for any level. Good job by the Tyrants there to set up that scoring opportunity. And just like in game one, they take the first goal, leading 1-0 early in game two.
It is quite the calling card, not only of twos, as that's a great shot. Lakodiak nearly makes the save. Game Strike to get his second of the game early on.
Yeah, you needed lightning fast reflexes on that one, and Lakodiak nearly got it. He knew he just needed to pop that one up to keep it out. He couldn't get under it quite fast enough. Banger of a goal, and the Tyrants again, just like game one, I'm sensing a pattern here, up 2-0.
Well, here's Cardinal looking to at least try to bring it closer to equal, but Game Strike makes the play. Lakodiak towards the net. Chance by Viper. They'll keep it in the corner. This pops out in front. Lakodiak's there, gets the bump on a Game Strike. Cardinal rotates and scores. It's 2-1 now with 3:58 to go.
Very familiar scoreline. Really good job. Cardinal got it actually over both defenders with his touches and then followed the ball. Smart play. He wasn't quite sure if Lakodiak was going to be able to put that ball home, so he followed it just in case, and the tough angle. So the Pandas cut this lead to 1. And kind of like we said, game one was a slow one. Low scoring, only 3 goals in the entirety of game one. And here we are, a minute 10 in, and we already have 3 goals in this one.
We'll see if they can continue to put the ball in the back of the goal, or if that scoreline will hold up towards the end of the game, similar to game one. Minute and a half has gone by here in game two. It's the Tyrants looking to extend their 1-0 lead, but the Pandas putting up a fight. This comes off the back wall for an opportunity by the Tyrants, but it will be Lakodiak to play it back down into the red zone. He's looking for a shot. This crossbar and out. Nearly snuck that one home. Game Strike could do nothing to make the save.
Really good placement there by Lakodiak. It obviously could have been in, but he knew that the defender was down on the goal line, so his play was to put that up. Lakodiak might have a double here. Really close. The Pandas, again, doing a good job to get in those scoring opportunity situations, just not able to finish. Chance by Viper nearly having a nutty play on his own. Pandas pushing forward, trying to create the scoring opportunities. I know for a fact that they'll eventually be able to finish.
Well, this is a dangerous play now. Game Strike gets there in time to clear that away from Lakodiak. As we've played just about half of game number 2, it is still 2-1 in favor of the Tyrants. This could be dangerous for the Pandas, but lucky for them, Chance by Viper just pushes it wide. We continue to play on. 2-1. Finds its way out towards mid, where Game Strike hits it off the mid wall. Cardinal wants to control, opts to go for the boost. And it's very methodical, it feels, from the Tyrants in this game. They've really liked to play that midfield presence, keep the ball in the green zone as much as possible, and they've done quite well to do so.
Yeah, and I think that strategy is working for them in this one because the Pandas have seemed to want to play some solo games. I haven't seen them use their teammate as much as I think they should be. There is a unfortunate play there by the Pandas, pushed up so far on offense that Game Strike's clear goes in the net without a challenge. The Pandas kind of group together there in the offensive zone. As I was saying, I think the Pandas, if they can create a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more team plays, a little bit more passing, that will serve them a little bit better in this one. Tyrants have been able, as you said, just kind of sit at the midfield and clear the ball as it comes to them, which has been pretty easy. Yeah, nearly had a highlight goal there. What a follow. Is that one going to fall in? It is, and right on cue, the Kodiak gets his first goal of the game with a nice touch there to get that one up.
Yeah, and this comes off the back of a wonderful pinch from Cardinal to play back into the red zone. Kodiak in perfect position to follow it up and gets a double touch for his trouble as well. So 2-3 now with a minute 30 left to go here in game number 2. Back to this 1-goal differential. We'll see if the Tyrants can hold. Cardinal tries to play it out in front. Game Strike in a tough spot. Makes a beautiful touch to keep that out from the front of his goal. Still doing good defensive work. Needs Chance by Viper to help him out. Good play. Will find its way towards the mid wall. Chance by Viper takes it to mid, passes it to Game Strike. Great shot, great goal. That's 4-2.
That is what I was talking about. Something that I want to see more from the Pandas. Chance taking it around one defender, but instead of taking it himself, passes it in his own end to his teammate Game Strike, who gets the perfect touch over the final Pandas defender. So just 67 seconds left in this one. And thanks to a great passing play, the Tyrants are able to find a comfortable 2-goal lead.
Hopefully not too comfortable where they start to sit back and let the Pandas push on the offense, as there's still plenty of time, 50 seconds. They just need to score with at least time remaining to give them an opportunity to tie things up. That's a bit of a double commit from the Tyrants. Can Cardinal turn this around in time? Does get it by Chance by Viper. It's going to bounce down. Oh, he takes it away from the Kodiak. That's unfortunate for the Pandas. So now they've got to look to push on the offensive side still. 30 seconds left to go. Game number 2. Cardinal doesn't make the touch. It's going to be Game Strike and the Kodiak to meet. This one will pop out in front. Chance by Viper is there. He can't get the shot away as Cardinal makes the block. Now Kodiak one-on-one with Game Strike. Looking for the touch. Not going to be able to find it, and that's a clear away. Final 12 seconds left to go. If the ball stays in mid, this will be a Tyrants 1, game 2. It looks like it will be. We will be going into game 3, 2-0 in favor of the Tyrants.
Yeah, just waiting for this ball to drop. Is it going to go in? It's certainly close. Touch on the goal line by Cardinal, pads his MVPR a little bit. But the Tyrants take game 2. And as far as I'm concerned, basically we're in control of that one. First thing I noticed right away, Game Strike, leading scorer in that one, 4 goals in game 2. So he almost single-handedly won that one for the Tyrants. But of course, assisted on that great passing play by Chance by Viper to secure game 2. And even in that final minute when things got a little bit scrambly, teams, the Pandas finally putting on that all offensive attack, it really seemed like the Tyrants were still comfortable playing the ball at that pace and didn't allow the Pandas to score in that final minute.
Yeah, great way to end the game for the Tyrants. A lot of patience, it felt like, as well. Not rushing touches, not panicking on the defensive half of the ball, really making sure that they got the clears that they needed to, and it led them to a victory here in game 2. So they have the 2-0 lead going into game 3. What do the Pandas need to do to fight back?
You know, the Pandas are doing a good job creating those offensive opportunities. They led in the shot column in game 2. They just have to find a way to either execute or just create more quality scoring opportunities. I have a feeling that they're maybe going for the first shot that they see available to them. I thought Kodiak might have been going for the ceiling shot there. That would have been crazy. Sometimes the first shot isn't the best one, though. Sometimes, just dribbling the ball a little bit farther or maybe putting it to a teammate. So if the Pandas can create those scoring opportunities, that might benefit them more so that they can find a game here in game 3.
We are underway with game number 3. 30 seconds in, still 0-0. This is an opportunity for Kodiak. Great pass out in front and another goal This time it's the Pandas to start scoring early, and it comes off a beautiful assist from Lakodiak.
And there's a little bit of what I was talking about. If he had that shot on, it would have gone straight to game strike. So luckily he touched it right in front of the goal to his teammate, and he was able to have the much better shot there. So hopefully that's a learning opportunity for the Pandas. Not always taking that first shot, sometimes looking for the pass can be the better option.
1-0 for the Pandas. Great start to game 3. We need at least a victory in the next 2 games to try to continue things beyond 4 games. So they find themselves down 0-2. Now they're on offense here, looking to continue their lead. It's going to be Lakodiak into the corner. Gets the bump on a game strike. Bounces down for Cardinal. Ooh. He pushes it high. That's a tough play to make, and he just couldn't quite get it down.
Yeah, lots of havoc going on in front of the red goal. I think it's finally going to be able to get cleared, and both teams can reset. Touch there by game strike, but it's wide. Something I've noticed, and something that so far has been very advantageous for the Tyrants, is their rotations are very crisp. You always see the second defender rotating behind the person in front to just shore up that defense a little bit, and I think the Pandas haven't been as crisp. So when you have one team rotating cleanly and one team that's a little more frantic, you can have a big advantage, and I think that's so far what has given the Tyrants their ability to take these first 2 games.
Well, they find themselves down here in game 3, 2 minutes in, still only 1-0 for the Pandas, but only 2 shots on the board, both going to Cardinal. Nothing for the Tyrants yet, but this could be the opportunity they were looking for. Game strike just couldn't get the touch on it. As now Cardinal tries to take it out of the zone. He gets demoed for his trouble. Chance by Viper up the mid wall. Has game strike looking around in mid. Won't be able to find the pass, but keeps the ball going. Bounces out in front. Easy clear from Lakodiak, but he plays it right to game strike. As they fight over the ball in mid for now. Cardinal shot towards the net, but it is just a bit wide. It's going to force Lakodiak to back off a touch. This will be a chance by Viper, potentially in the zone. It's going to pop way up high. Game strike not anywhere close to the vicinity of this ball to make any kind of follow-up. So we continue to go back and forth. 1-0 here in game 3. Almost 2, just off the post. Nearly the dunk from Cardinal.
Something I've noticed about the past 45 seconds or so, the ball has spent a lot of time floating in the air, and no one on the field at the moment, I think, is particularly comfortable in the air. I think their players are more comfortable dribbling on the ground. We've seen a lot of good dribbling plays and a lot of good passing plays. Lakodiak almost burying that one home to give his team the 2-goal lead. A good shot and game strike on the goal line sends that one away. There's a good touch by Lakodiak in the air. So I'm going to be interested to see if which team is able to kind of take advantage of that ball that's in the air in the midfield. I think that will certainly give one team the advantage over the other.
Game strike. Oh, I'm sorry. Cardinal will hustle back. Is being watched by game strike now. Swaps places with Lakodiak, and it bounces out in front for Cardinal's clear. 70 seconds left to go. Game number 3. Cardinal can't get the touch towards the front of the goal. Game strike wants to play it away. Both players turning on this. Could be dangerous for the Pandas if they can't get back in time. Chance by Viper looking to counterattack on that over-aggressiveness. Comes out in front. Game strike shoots. He missed it wide. That was the opportunity the Tyrants needed. And now Lakodiak has an opportunity, but he can't get by game strike.
What is interesting in this one, this might be the story of the game if the Tyrants aren't able to at least tie this one up. But the Tyrants have yet to record a shot on goal. They've had some opportunities. They've gone wide, but their offensive attack, which was so prevalent in games 1 and 2, is going to basically disappear in game 3. Pandas getting a goal there, the proverbial nail in the coffin, as the Pandas take a second goal late in game 3.
2-0. 23 seconds left to go, and you take a look at the scoreboard, you're absolutely right. No shots registered by the Tyrants. 7 for the Pandas, and that looks to be all that it will take. So good defensive play from the Pandas. Granted, Seemed like the striking degraded a bit for the Tyrants. They had their opportunities. They were not able to put the ball on net, and that's going to lead to a Game 3 victory for the Pandas. We go into Game 4, 2-1 in favor of the Tyrants.
Yeah, it's almost as if momentum has completely swung to the other side after that one. I would have not predicted that one. Tyrants were doing such good things in games 1 and 2, but we kind of also talked about at times that the Pandas were keeping it close. And whenever teams are dropping games but keeping them close, that's kind of the recipe for those reverse sweep situations. But luckily, Pandas didn't wait until game 4 to turn things around. They were able to get it together in game 3, doing a lot of good things. And I think it started with their pressure. They were able to challenge the ball a lot sooner and make things awkward for the Tyrants. Um, 8 shots on goal compared to 0 for the Tyrants. That I just still can't get over. That's incredible.
Yeah, and it wasn't for lack of opportunity for shots from the Tyrants.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that plagues a lot of Foundation League teams is the striking ability. You get opportunities, you have to put the ball in the net, right? I mean, that is the point of playing the game, and it's not uncommon for teams to go through little spurts where you're just not putting the ball on net. So if you're the Tyrants, especially if you're a Tyrants fan, I wouldn't be too concerned with that
No.
performance. You saw how they played in games 1 and 2. Could just be an anomaly. We'll see how they respond in game 4.
Yeah, the Tyrants playing their own game has got them into this opportunity being the #1 seed in the Orange Conference. So as we say, trust the process. Don't let that one result, cause you to change things drastically. I think the Tyrants will do much of the same that has got them here, and I certainly do expect them to not only get some shots on target, but probably bury some of them home in this one.
For the Pandas, interesting little tidbit. They have never made it to a grand finals before, and they were a team that started in season 3.
Okay.
So it's been quite a while with a grand finals drought, if you will, for the Pandas. So they are certainly looking to punch their ticket here in the Foundation League.
Not only in Foundation League, they have a couple other opportunities as well when we'll have a chance to look at the other brackets a little bit later in this broadcast. Rule 1 situation by Lakodiak and Viper. And it looks like they are deciding to stay in it. I know there are a lot of people who have varying opinions on staying in Rule 1 in a competitive nature such as this, but it's the Tyrants who are going to come on top of that one. Keep your opinions at the door, but very interesting there. Was not expecting that.
Well, it is a 1-0 lead for the Tyrants, just a minute in. So Kodiak looks to try to knot things up right off the kickoff, has an opportunity, bounces down in front. Cardinals there, great save by Game Strike to make that play happen.
Yeah, it was Game Strike that was getting the save, but then it was chanced by Viper who maintained the ball coming out of there. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. I just knew that there were a lot of octanes flying very quickly on my screen. So good job there by the Tyrants to keep that one out. Pandas, I think, are going to want to try to tie this one up quickly, and they are committing strongly to the offensive zone. They're going to have to rotate back. Lakodiak has the ball, but has low boost. Interesting strategy here by the Pandas. I feel like they are committing to their strategy in game 3 rather, which was just putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
Well, it's been just about 2 minutes into game 4 as Game Strike tries to play this one away. Won't be able to make the miraculous save this time. We're tied at 1.
More often than not, the crossbar is not your friend. Game Strike knew that he could just pop that one up from danger. Unfortunately, I think just a pixel or two of that ball caught the crossbar and came straight down. Good read there by Lakodiak. It's sometimes tough to get your car high enough to send that ball going down towards goal and not up into the backboard. So really good job by him to use his mechanics to score that one. This ball dangerous in front of the Tyrants net. Chance by Viper. Clears it away, so the pace, much like game 3, kind of picking up a little bit, which I know we certainly like to see.
Well, it is 1-1 still with nearly half of the game remaining. So Kodiak pops this way up in the air. Game Strike Tries to touch it towards the net, just hits it off the post. And the Kodiak wants to counterattack now. Has chance by Viper to contend with, but it will stay in the red corner for now. Game Strike takes a good touch to clear. Cardinal, however, beats chance by Viper to the ball. Now Kodiak eyeing an opportunity. Plays it down into the corner. Doesn't get it around Game Strike. Great patience by the red defender there. But again, the ball back into the Tyrant zone. Chance by Viper, tries to clear it away. It's going to be Kodiak. Soft touch towards the goal. Now Cardinal gets it by the first defender. Game Strike hesitates, but he waits just in time. Doesn't make the touch, however. Chance by Viper in a very difficult spot, but he makes the clear. We continue to play 1-1.
There was a situation moments ago where the Tyrants had an opportunity, but the ball was high in the air above the Pandas goal. Both players went up for it, and one player got a touch off the backboard. Had they not double committed, I think it would have been an easy goal. So teams, if they can do a good job of just rotating, using each other, as teammates, I think the team that is able to do that will find a way to score late here.
Game Strike has an opportunity. Flicks towards the net. It's the Kodiak to clear it away. Chance by Viper. Small lob towards the front of the box. It's easily touched away by Kodiak, and now he's got a 1-on-2 opportunity. Tries to get it by Game Strike. It's going to bounce into the red corner for now. We are still tied at 1 here in game number 4, as we've just got under a minute left to go. It's been very back and forth throughout this game. Chance by Viper couldn't quite keep that ball in. This could be dangerous. Here come the Pandas on the counterattack. Out of the corner, they hustle into position well enough, and they'll keep it away from the front of the goal. Good defensive play by the Tyrants.
Yeah, chance by Viper, I know, didn't get the touch that he wanted, but that ball was traveling quickly. And if he doesn't get a touch, I think it might have been on target, or at least a great scoring opportunity for the Pandas. So good by him just to get the touch. This ball, dangerous. It's floating. I don't think a Tyrants player is going to be able to touch it. They won't. So now Kodiak pushing this one forward. Chance by Viper with the unfortunate miss, but he recovers just quickly. 10 seconds in this one. I think we're headed to overtime.
We are in the final moments here. That's going to be it for regulation time here in game number 4. 1-1. Cardinal and chance by Viper, they take the kickoff to start us off in overtime. This is a very, very important game. If the Tyrants win this one, they will be on match point going into game 5. But if the Pandas win it, we are tied at 2 as this bounces down in front. Good clear away by Game Strike. He's looking to touch this back down the pitch. Gets bumped from behind by Cardinal. That gives Kodiak some time to try to play it away. Underneath, chance by Viper, and into the red corner we go. Looks to play it out in front. Cardinal opts not to rotate in on this ball, but it stays in the Tyrant zone for now. Good clear from chance by Viper. Kodiak has to hustle back. Here comes the counterattack from the Tyrants. Looking for the touch out in front. Not going to be able to make the play. We continue to play on overtime 1-1.
Yeah, these players, I can tell, they understand the importance of this game, and they don't want to be the player to make the mistake that cost their team. But I also don't think that they're playing aggressive when the opportunity presents themselves. We saw some players not turn to play a ball, and we saw some players kind of go for the low-risk play. Here's Game Strike. He is up. That's off the backboard. Can chance by Viper finish? He can. What a goal. The Tyrants take game 4 and take a 3-1 series lead.
This is a great pass from Game Strike as well. Chance by Viper in perfect position. Splits the defenders. And that is going to do it for game number 4. The Tyrants move themselves 1 game away from qualifying for the grand finals. But with how close this series has been, you cannot take that game for granted. They just have to close the series out.
No, you certainly cannot. I know that the fans at home are glad that they tuned in for this series. We thought it was going to be a competitive series, and so far it has. Every single game has been so close. Both teams doing such good things. Really good job by the Tyrants on that last goal, putting that ball off the backboard in such a way that it comes down and that your teammate is able to score. So great passing play there. And Pandas were in position. We're in good positions defensively. That ball just came in too fast and neither player could get there. So the Pandas, as you alluded to, have never reached an MLE Grand Final, and their backs are against the wall here. Some might call it a curse, but I think this is a great opportunity for the Pandas. Keep things going. They're playing well. If they can steal a game here, then certainly anything is possible.
This next game and every game beyond that is going to be so very important for both teams. Obviously, the Pandas must win the next three. The Tyrants only need one of the next three to head to the grand finals. We are nearly underway with game number 5. It has been a very, very close series. You are not going to want to miss the conclusion of this, as both teams have been battling tooth and nail at throughout this entire series. I'm just so very excited to see how it ends.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's possible to make a prediction in this one. This series has been competitive. It's been back and forth at times, and all players on the pitch have made great plays. Ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to see a play that you think is worthy of winning the MLE Play of the Week, sponsored by Balls Guarana Energy Drink, go ahead and clip it on Twitch and either submit it on Twitter at MLE Sports GG or in the Discord. The player of the game of the week will win a free case of Balls Guarana. And there's Cardinal doing his best play of the week impression, arrowing up for that one. What an angle. My goodness, Cardinal.
Yeah, great touch from Cardinal to start the scoring for the Pandas in game 5. Exactly what they need. The first goal early on, and now they get to play with a lead. We'll see if they can extend it as Cardinal sends it towards the net, looking for a second touch. Game Strike gets there just in time. But as you alluded to, if you see a play of the week clip, please do clip that and send it to us. We love to see those. We do have a wonderful sponsor in Balls Guarana that we thank so very much for making this possible. It is 1-0 in favor of the Pandas. Tyrants are looking to put something towards the net. Did not register a shot on that offensive, as here comes Lakodiak back the other way. Tries to play this out in front. Chance by Viper gets there. This is the opportunity for the Tyrants. Chance by Viper towards the net. Wow. Not hard enough. Lakodiak gets there in time to make the clear.
Lakodiak had a great recovery. I don't know how he got so much speed, but he must have got yeeted out of the Tyrants' goal. And then he did a nice little air roll maneuver to get his wheels down, and he somehow managed to get back on that one, beating the offensive player who had full boost. So Pandas, might be believing in themselves at this point. I know they have a lot of fans in the chat, and they have a 1-goal lead here in game 5. So the momentum might finally be in their favor again if they can continue to play at this rate in this one.
Open net, my goodness. How did that one not go in? The Pandas just barely escaping there as the ball hits the crossbar. Now they look to counterattack, although Cardinal will rotate back to play defense first. He pushes it back into the red zone. Chance by Viper out with the clear. Lakodiak pops it up. Game Strike easily plays it away. Doesn't get the follow-up touch, however, and this one comes off the ceiling. Back and forth we go through mid. Gets by Lakodiak, but it is wide of the goal, so no harm, no foul, but they've got to play defense now to the Pandas. Great catch. Great move from Lakodiak. Can he put it home? No, it hits the post. Nearly a highlight play from Lakodiak, but we continue to play 1-0.
That was nearly a Lakodiak moment as he was able to catch that ball and then dribble it towards goal. He might be able to do it again here. Tough one as that ball bounces. He elects to take that one on the ground. Cardinals going to have to be careful. Dangerous 50 there. The Pandas, at time, their aggression is helping them, but at times it's sometimes leaving them in vulnerable situations. We might have a passing play here. Lakodiak to Cardinal, who pops it back up. The Pandas only have 1 goal in this one, but by virtue of their clean slate on defense, they are in the driver's seat. Nearly a little bit over 100 seconds remaining in this one in game 5. The Pandas trying to keep this series alive. And great passing play, great goal by Lakodiak.
Yeah, this is just played well out of the corner. Cardinal gets up to it and touches it slightly. All that he needed to down to Kodiak, and it is 2-0 for the Pandas. 5 shots recorded so far from the team in green. 2 shots for the Tyrants. It has been the difference maker here in game number 5. A goal apiece, an assist apiece for the Pandas. This comes down out in front. Great double from Game Strike. And that brings us to a 2-1 score.
I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. He elected not to use boost there, but then for a little bit, but then he reached deep into his tank and used everything that he had to touch that one. A crazy double touch by Game Strike. I know someone's probably already clipped that. Please submit that. Great play, but gone for naught because Cardinal, right off the kickoff, puts one home for the Pandas.
Yep, great composure for the Pandas, not letting that play get to them as Cardinal just wins the challenge off the kickoff. That brings us back to a 2-goal lead with 1:17 to go.
And that's a really good point. Even if the shot that they score on is just absolute nuts, it still only counts for 1 point on the scoreboard. So you can't let it get to you. And you got to commend the Pandas for not, losing it after that great goal by the Tyrants, and that they were able to kind of, take that one away real quick by getting that very next goal. So Pandas up 2-0 have to be feeling confident, but if anyone can strike quickly, it would be the Tyrants.
45 seconds left. That's an unfortunate play. Game Strike hits it into chance by Viper. And now Cardinal takes a shot. He scores. There is the hat trick for Cardinal, and that could just be it here in game number 5.
Yeah, really good touch there. Knew that if he could just get it high, it would be awkward for the Tyrants defender. Played it just a little bit too far and couldn't backtrack on that one. So 40 seconds remaining. Most likely a little too far out of reach for the Tyrants unless they can find a really quick goal. Game Strike trying to pop that one up. He was unable to. That one might be on and in. It is. Chance by Viper gets onto the score column with a little cheeky touch of his own off the sidewall.
Yeah, nice bouncing shot. Cardinal can't reach it, and that will bring us back to a 2-goal differential with 28 seconds left to go. Let's see if the Tyrants have what it takes to put one, at least with some time left on the clock.
Yeah, realistically, they're going to have to do it quickly. Good touch there by Cardinal to keep that one away.
Now it's Game Strike out in front. Chance by Viper, won't be able to make the play. That's going to do it here for game number 5. Kodiak gets 1 for the road. He'll get his second on the board. But that will be it. Final score, most likely 5-2. But more importantly, we move to a 3-2 scoreline in the series. The Pandas, they claw a little bit closer, but they've got to do it yet again in game 6.
Yeah, they do have a long road ahead of them taking this one. This one's behind them, so they'll have to do it again. Are they going to score? They are. Hopefully we don't have a situation where they used all their goals at the end of this one and don't have any left for the next one. I certainly hope not. But at this point, you have to think the Pandas are thinking, why not us? They found themselves on a little bit of a deficit, giving those games away to the Tyrants early. But Hunnit, I think the Pandas are very much believing in themselves ever since that game where they completely kept the Tyrants off the board and off the shot column. I think they're doing a lot of good things, and I think they're very confident. And I think they believe that they can win these next 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have any reason not to believe that they can win the next 2 games. They had a couple of tough games, really 1-goal losses here and there. But ultimately, the series has been very close, and it typically only really comes down to who is the better striking team in that game. And in this one, it was clearly the Pandas. They made everything work. There was that highlight reel goal granted from Game Strike of the Tyrants, but other than that, the Tyrants never really got a lot going, and the Pandas just had that momentum consistently.
Yeah, something that I really like to see, 4 of the 6 goals for the Pandas were assisted. And I think so often in twos and doubles in Rocket League, you have to create those scoring opportunities for yourself. So I really like that the Pandas did that in game 5. So they're going to have to make that happen again in game 6 because the Tyrants most likely don't want to go to a game 7. I know that the fans are looking are always looking for a good game 7 at home, but Tyrants will want to end this one here. Pandas obviously want to extend the series into game 7. We're continuing to see great Rocket League and MLE in the Foundation.
That we are. Game 6 is underway, and we mentioned them a little bit earlier, but a huge thank you to Balls with Guarana. Balls Guarana gets its unique flavor from the Guarana berry, now available in original cherry, root beer, ginger, orange, and zero. Balls Guarana brings you that one-of-a-kind flavor and adds a delightful twist. Visit our website, mlesports.gg.
Hunted, did you know that they now have a cherry cola flavor?
I didn't. That's news to me. I have not tried that one yet.
Yeah, I just tried it today, and I will say, delicious. ZB stamp of approval.
Well, we are underway. Game number 6. Hopefully you can enjoy that while these players continue to go at it here in this series. The Pandas one game away from elimination as Chance by Viper will score the first goal out in front. Gets the rebound. It's 1-0.
The curvature of that goal frame can do some wacky things. I thought that ball, it might get stuck, it might bounce at a weird angle out, but it just bounced in. So really good placement by Chance by Viper. It was an open goal. It doesn't matter how it goes in, it just has to go in. Now, pardon if I haven't been observing as closely as I have, but do we have different vehicles being driven by the Tyrants in this one?
Yes, I do believe so. They switched from the double octane as... Ooh, Cardinal. Oh, he hits the post. It's still in front. Okay. Well, Kodiak makes the touch, and yeah, you're definitely right. Some vehicle change for the Tyrants. Maybe they felt like something wasn't working in the last game. But either way, they're going to find themselves tied at 1 with 3:37 to go.
Yeah, I think sometimes that is good, especially if you kind of are in a situation that the Tyrants are. I think it's good to stay loose, and I think sometimes doing that type of thing, can keep your spirits good-natured. Really good opportunity there by the Pandas, and again, just a missed opportunity. Game Strike is probably happy that he switched to a long car for that opportunity. He had a really good touch and even better save. That shot off the post by the Tyrants. So this game tied. It is back and forth. Both teams putting good offensive pressure. Going to be interesting to see who is able to capitalize.
Well, this one's out in front. Cardinal had the shot taken away from him. As it will still remain 1-1 with just about 2 minutes to go. This floats towards the Pandas net, but it is cleared away by Kodiak. Chance by Viper keeps it in the green corner, and now he's looking for the pass out in front. Won't come as Cardinal tries to chase them away. However, it is Game Strike to keep the ball in. Gets a second touch. This one down towards the front of the goal. Cardinal is there to make the save. Halftime. Come and gone here. Game number 6. Still tied up at 1 as now the Pandas look to push the attack. Chance by Viper doesn't make the touch. Cardinal does, but it is just a bit wide. The follow-up from Kodiak goes wide as well. And still they try to battle in this red zone.
Yeah, the Pandas right here are committing hard to the offensive zone. I think finally we saw Cardinal rotate out, but then he cut it midfield to keep this ball in. The Pandas have had 3 or 4 straight shots, at least in front of the goal. Finally, a shot by the Tyrants there. 2 shots, not able to find the net. Both teams doing a good job of attacking their opponent's goal, just not able to find the goal. A miss there by Cardinal, and Game Strike capitalizes up 1 goal, 100 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I was watching Cardinal that entire time before he even took off for that shot. It just looked like the way it bounced off the wall kind of handcuffed him a little bit, and he just couldn't get up to the ball to make the touch. So it puts the Pandas behind a goal in Game 6. They cannot afford to lose this game. They will be sent home here in the conference finals. If they can manage to bring it back and potentially win Game 6, we will see the 7th. It's still a long road for the Pandas. They've got to score 1. Here's an attack from Kodiak. He's looking for the demo on the Game Strike, not going to be able to find it. Cardinal can't keep it in. This one careens towards the Pandas net. Game Strike flips the wrong way, but Lakodiak doesn't make the touch, and that is 3-1 now.
Sometimes when those balls are high in the air and heading towards goal, they're sometimes hard to read. It's sometimes difficult to get yourself into the position. I think that was Lakodiak who was throwing his car at the ball to make that touch. Unfortunately, wasn't able to, so it's Game Strike again who is on the board. For the second time in this game, the Tyrants have a 2-goal lead, and I don't think either team has dropped a 2-goal lead in this series. So the Tyrants feeling in a really good spot, just 50 seconds away from advancing to the Foundation League Grand Finals. But here come the Pandas on a really good attack. But Kodiak is going to follow it up, and
Great
this
play.
one is down
Great
and in. Pandas doing what they need to do, down just 1 goal, 42 seconds remaining.
The rebound by Lakodiak is perfect, just enough to get it over the Tyrants players and keep it on goal. So they bring it back to just 1 with 42 seconds left to go. We'll see if they can tie things up here in regulation time. They're going to have to play out of their own zone first. Game Strike tried to get the double touch, but it's going to be one-on-one. Lakodiak and chance by Viper. Lakodiak can't get it by the defender, so they still have to play out of the green zone. Game Strike looking for a double, not really able to find much of it. Chance by Viper plays this out in front. Cardinals got a one-on-one opportunity now. Can he turn this on the goal? It is cleared away, and Chance by Viper will get there, but it is just wide. Final 12 seconds left. Still, the Tyrants have a 1-goal lead. This bounces out in front of the Pandas goal. The Tyrants pushed a little bit too close, but a lot of time has been wasted. Can't get it by Game Strike. Last second on the clock. It's still up in the air. The Pandas need to keep it going, and they can't do it. The Tyrants take game number 6. They take the series. Well played to them. They will be moving on to the grand finals. Congratulations to the Tyrants.
Great job by the Tyrants. You have to give them...
What's up?
Oh, Jordak, welcome. We're just finishing our series. We are live on the air.
Sorry about that.
No, you're okay, my friend. Tyrants had a great game, a great series. The Pandas were so close. They had an opportunity at the end there. They just weren't able to get the ball out of the Tyrant zone. Both teams played a great series, did a great job, but it was the Tyrants, the #1 seed in the Orange Conference, coming into the playoffs, and they will advance to the finals. Congratulations, Tyrants.
Yeah, well played to the Tyrants, certainly, and you have to give it up for the Pandas as well. They made it a close series all the way through, even made the final minute of that game as thrilling as the entire series had been. And it's unfortunate they will not be able to make it to the grand finals this season, but it was well fought to them, at least in the Foundation League, of course, but it was well fought to them. And, you know, again, congratulations to the Tyrants. But we are going to take a short break. We have one more Foundation League matchup to find out who will play the Tyrants in the Foundation League Grand Finals. You're not going to want to miss it. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.